Away. Or no matter what Allah something. Or no matter what Allah something.
Let's talk about what this thing is all about.
What is this thing all about?
Start with the name.
It starts with the name.
Yes.
I don't want to give you the name.
I will before you come in. I will call it fan view, where we talk about what the fans think about the game, the pre-games views, and the post-games views. Very fans. So that's what I was thinking about. If you don't want to give it your name, it's fine, but we want to get the fan reaction, right? So it's about what the fans think about prior the games and what the fans think about after the games.
Yeah.
So we as fans, that's where we're going to start Rona as the guys who are shooting these videos.
Yeah.
We're going to start with us. What do we think about the games, the upcoming games, and the post-reaction at the game? Yes.
Yeah, because I think quite often, just to go to this point quickly, a lot of people, I mean, we've been talking about starting the podcast, they're starting a podcast, starting this, starting that. And I think a lot of people, they don't too much on perfection, they don't too much on starting with this, that. And if you look at a lot of guys, I mean, a big reference is always McG, and I always say McG, you start as costly, as mama, and things develop and you grow. That's looking at Nike. Although you need to be careful when you apply that principle, but just do it. I think you just have to start. Anyway, it was just a thought for another day. The game Chiefs, the first game Chiefs, and unfortunately, Reboni from 35 minutes because we had a meeting, and then Reboni game Sundowns the first game in Sundowns. I think like on the highlights, I can say it's a convincing win. Kid champions. They were playing Cape Town City. I think, yeah, they were playing Cape Town City. So, but given game Yama ban
they won 2-0.
Yes. Given game Yama ban before we go to your Chiefs. Now I can understand down. So remember, I never Chiefs in a dominate. But similar. I can't recall exactly our breaking point where now but I remember a couple of games where we started either we are drawing, we are losing, we are drawing, and we would have a win there and there. And I mean Kirata Chiefs donor. I definitely want Sundowns to lose.
Yes.
I still stand on the view. I think Chiefs is not going to win league this season. What's going to happen is that we will win a cup.
I thought you were talking about Sundowns.
Yeah, Sundowns.
Yes.
Yeah, we will win a cup.
Yes.
Pirates league from Sundowns, only to hand it over to us next season. Anyway, keep point. So I'm saying Sundowns high convincing. After yesterday, if the players stay by the field delay, Negrete Rulani post match interview after that on YouTube. Post because I don't select the player according to what they are getting good training.
Yes.
So if a player is giving you 100 good training, 110%, and they are doing this and looking at the game that you're going to, you're preparing for that game. So out of their preparation, so blame at themselves as coaches for their preparation. Most probably they did not plan well for that team. They didn't think of that team of choice, which is Maritzburg United. It beat at their own game.
We were playing Maritzburg. They were playing what is this team?
No, I'm talking about yesterday's game.
Galaxy.
Oh, yes, Galaxy. Yeah, they were playing Galaxy. Yes. We were playing Ronald Maritzburg. Yeah. So they didn't think what Galaxy would come at the same because they're playing a similar style of football. My question is, Obele player of the season mo benching Charlie. You've done a lot of changes. Maybe they're trying to switch things around to try and confuse people because they play very slow, build up their bone. I think they lose the ball a little bit easier, especially Komorahu, and that counter was able to, there were too many counters.
The way they considered the goal, that's where you were right.
Yeah, not only that goal, but there were too many counters for our TX Galaxy as a small team. For a small team to counter you like that, it's quite embarrassing. I go back to Kaiser Chiefs, the first game. And the first game, from the 35 minutes up until the game, everybody. I was asking myself, what's happening in Kazwan? I think I even posted on Facebook. Zwan will be fired for not fielding.
Before you go to Kaiser Chiefs, I want to engage you on Sundowns first. Are you saying Sundowns are not going to win the league based on their performance of the game? Because I always tell people first 5-6 games of the league, it's still early days to tell who's going to win the league and who's not going to win the league, because it's early days. Like, the league is a marathon. It's a 30-game marathon. So are you saying Sundowns is not going to win the league based on their performance, or what are you?
Yes, based on their
argument on?
Based on their performance.
Yes. But what about somebody who's going to tell you that Sundowns literally have 3 teams?
No. Ke bona ba sa ile.
Yeah, most of them.
Nasir, Ubaka Mama Nasir,
the
Ethiopian striker, which is a very good striker. He puts on but it's fine. Now I'm doing the prediction based on yesterday's game.
Yes.
And my prediction is there was dominance for so long that eventually someone would have cut them out and found out in who's most likely to see and find them out is people that have been in the game, like Baban Zimbali thing, like the Zwanis, like the guy of Galaxy, the coach of Galaxy. Well, the coach of Galaxy, no, he's very new. I'll talk about all these other teams. The coaches, either they were assistants or they've been part of the technical team for past 3 seasons. Because if there's a team that's dominating, you're definitely going to study your competitor to see what's really happening. Why are they dominating so long? So the chances ba lose the league, ba ska win the league this season, based on yesterday's performance, gets up. Wow, bona mo traffic
yes.
This guy, he's been doing the same thing over and over. And Chiefs was doing the same thing. They realized the same thing. Why can't we change style of football, adapt to modern day football, and that didn't happen. Where I think Sundowns is.
Now, I would like to differ with you, based on the fact that in sport you are as good as your last game, right? But in looking at Sundowns, like, I would think that it's their league to lose, based on the fact that they have more depth than any other team, more leaky. On top, they can literally change the team next game. It will be a complete new team against Chiefs. Barega the player left, right, and center.
Rulani made that idol threat yesterday, or the checkbook is not closed.
Barega the player left, right, and center. Banale 4 quality goalkeepers, if not 3. Banale 5, 4 defensive midfielders, Charlie, your Mokwena and whatever. Those are the top international players in terms of South African standards. So it's their league to lose. But if I'm going to maybe think of other teams that can challenge them, Pirates will be there for obvious reasons. Chiefs will be there for obvious reasons. It looks like Rulani EM is still a threat, just like last season. So I would say my prediction for the league I won't. I won't pick one team. At the moment, I'll pick 4 teams. I will say Sundowns. They are league to lose. I will say Royal AM, based on the current form from last season into this season. I think maybe we know one number 1 more league got 2 wins. I will say Chiefs, my number 3. New coach, new players, young players, pace football, pace. Everything it looks like it's fresh. So it might cause trouble for a lot of coaches, more PSL and other teams, because they don't really know what Chiefs is bringing to the table. And by the looks of things from the first 2 games, Chiefs had a lot of pace on top. And it might come as a threat, go win team into more PSL. Pirates, I guess it should be Pirates that much this season. But remember, no defending with the stadium. Pirates is one of the big teams, most South Africa, if not the big team in South Africa. Wow. That factor, the fans are back to the stadium, motivate their players, they will be there to support their team. It might work well for Pirates or well back to their standards. But to pick a team at this moment and say this is a team that I think is going to win the league, like you are doing, or a Pirates is going to win the league.
Look, I've always been that guy.
Yes,
I've always been that guy. When Casper was still doing Habir, I used to do Habir Lane with my own thing that I was doing at that time, and I was still doing music on a full-time basis as a front end, not at the back end. And I could tell that this guy was going somewhere. Yes. I didn't know he was going to be a superstar, but I could tell that this guy one day he'll be somewhere. And I would tell, no, this guy is somewhere. I'll talk about Toto Molego. He's now going to be FM, and from back then you tell, or no, this guy is going to go somewhere because of one of the line of Sunse. And that's like what I get. Already now you can see for the Sundowns. How were they go the Champions League last season?
But to the semi-final.
But to the semi-final. Before they went to the final.
Yeah, but no, last season. But to the semi-final last season.
The other season.
The other season, yes.
They were at the final.
No, the other season was Chiefs in the final.
Oh, Nilero.
I think it's the season before.
The season before, where they were at the final. Yes. So you could almost tell, or Norman, Skepesa ideas. I'm not saying the depth thing, quality thing. I mean, the depth was there. Got EPL when Leicester, on these other teams, when Leicester took the league, and nobody saw them coming because they were underdogs. So, man, for some reason, I don't know why, but for some reason I do believe what Pirates are better for you. Now, I can Pirates and I can not that we don't work. No, you do work hard. That's why you end up being in a position where you have to be given over.
Yes.
So that's why I get that early prediction. Hate me, love me.
For Baganes, you might have a point because they are afraid.
Yes.
The Champions League was on the Chiefs. The Champions League. Sundowns in other commitments, Champions League, so more competition, more games for them. But they have the squad to
and they have depth in terms of
they have the squad to play so many games.
Yes.
So many games. Wow. So I don't think that's
I don't think players have been together more players or Pirates have been together longer. Yeah. It wasn't a total overhaul.
Yeah,
compared to
Pirates that's the thing. Raina stability. They bring 4 or 5 players a season on top. Yes, we have more players that have been there, but they're not playing together. Because there's always, that's why there was always in and out, 3 players, they play 2-3 seasons, they're out. So high enough stability, let's not get that one wrong. But they are offering and they still have quality players. So they are going to be playing less games throughout the season because of Sundowns and Royal have other continental commitments. That might work in their favor. Okay. But we don't know what the new coach is bringing. By the looks of things, but since about 2 games, they are only scoring 1-1 there and there, but only 2 goals in the season. I'm not saying they are not good enough. Okay. I just don't see them winning the league. When last did Paris win the league?
And that's the other factor.
I'm not. It must be over 8-10 years now. And Nagola, that was Paris for you. I think the first time I really call out win a league for Paris in LA almost after
10 years,
8 or 10 years.
That's another thing, and they don't have consistency in winning treble or dominance.
Or the league is the league. What a lot. Can you say the Paris they win a league?
But compete.
Yes. Babichu close 2 times as on number 2. Somebody really that was the process they got hiding against the goal. Then Huatla and Every Corba win a league. So Paris for me, it's never a threat. It's one Liverpool before Liverpool. They will be there competing because they are one of the big teams. But they just can't get over the line. But like you say, it's your prediction. When are they winning?
And I get what it's the West Man is subject to changing their mind.
Okay.
So maybe I can see after 10 games, I would maybe look at things differently. But for now, okay, I just have this feeling.
Okay, I change. So who are your relegation candidates based on the 2 games since the relegation? Golden Arrows again nagofa Golden Arrows if I'm not mistaken, it's the losing game the pay.
Google the team there.
Golden Arrows is the losing game the pay. Chipa United, then Lady, or said the learner, or another lose the pay. Onale Richard B as a new, but I see. It's a something I see. So Richard's baby before we were Richard's baby number 2 more league.
Okay.
Another 4 points, minimum 1 win, 1 draw. But then based on yes, what you're seeing here. You have Cheaper they got 1 point, Marisbeck got 1 point,
I think
Tika 0 points, Eroska 0 points, Supersport, Galaxy, Stellenbosch, Swallows. I think your candidate should
Swallows, Marisbeck, Golden Arrows, Chipa United, Le Gallants.
Yes.
Mare ka mokgomo. Look,
you are very bold parents. I think maybe you are becoming a parent when you're marrying the board and the people. You're very bold parents. Your parents is winning the league. Sundowns can dominate forever. Chiefs I see Kopane, Etao Kopana, Parents is off the radar. I think Parents is winning the league. That's you. So I want you to give me one team that you say this one is going straight down and this one is playing the playoffs.
Okay. I will definitely say Cheaper.
Cheaper is going straight down.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then Swallows will play playoffs
again.
Yes.
Did you guys? They are playing
playoffs again. Because Professor Chiefs, almost all the good players.
Yeah, but not this season. This season, I think I can give you somebody teams that don't want to, especially right now, the booster. I would say Richards Bay are going to play the playoffs. And I will this time agree with you. Actually, I would want this to happen. Yeah, I want cheaper to go straight out. No, I don't like the way cheaper Penguins is doing things. Wow. Like you can't be changing coaches like underwears.
Tears Galaxy is difficult. Tears Galaxy, it's difficult to put it under the globe, playoffs or something. Based on what I saw yesterday. Yeah, because what I saw yesterday, if they could play the same football, if they could play that football like Sundowns, that type of game or play, in a chance they hold 30 points from a lot of teams. You understand? Because I think quite often a lot of teams will come thinking that the Tears Galaxy will be underdogs.
Yes.
That's why I can remember City. Marumo Galats.
I think Tears Galaxy, Marumo, and Marisbeck will be in the mix.
Bottom four.
The playoffs. I will still pick Richards Bay as going to the playoffs, but like this is just predictions. You never know. But more details for the Marisbeck, Tears Galaxy, Tears Galaxy, Richards Bay, and Marumo Galas. They will definitely be one of those teams.
Solos will stay and will stay because
I predict Solos to be in the top 8.
Yeah. No, I want them to stay because I want 2 Soweto derbies.
Yes.
I understand.
Yes.
And that's the only way we can get this, because people haven't been Kudi Stadium, so that's the only way we could, if it stays, then Bolo Tournament in the next coming 4 seasons, 5 seasons. So let's move right along to cut the game.
What do you want to talk about?
Chiefs. Let's break down Chiefs. Let's go into this game. Let's wrap it off. Going into this weekend game, we are going there and TV. So let's talk about Loftus.
Sundowns, Kaiser Chiefs, Loftus first fight.
About a better about 4 regularly ticket. I hope this time I can take it to a whole lot. But what I see is if they keep the same team and they play,
I go over rat. He's only the formula. You need to go to Rally Pablo Ngombo to Loftus go there, drink as much as you can
before the
game. Because when you get there, it's not going to be an easy game.
Yeah.
For our team, Kaiser Chiefs, it's not going to be an easy game. But I'm optimistic this time. If ever Sundowns is going to play the football that they are playing, I don't see them changing. They need to control the tempo of the game. That's how they play. They keep the ball. They play in channels. They are very, very so I don't see them changing it. So I see them playing through the middle, based on what Chiefs showed us from the previous 2 games. They will be pressing Sundowns from the back. It might be a good game plan. It might backfire against Chiefs, because if Sundowns break that press, they have the numbers now with space. But that's what Chiefs want. Chiefs, the way you want to get somebody who gives them the space, so that they utilize the space, because by the time you need a space behind or running to the space. So I see it as an open game.
I see Sundowns but Chinchile, Manchester Williams, and I see Jali coming in. Yeah, so I see those 2 changes happening. For the mere fact that it was questioned from the first game by journalists all over why did Rowan Williams say after number 1? And
I think it's part of there's also a part of the negotiation. You buy a captain from a team like Super Sport, number 1, it is South Africa's number 1. How negotiate that contract? First, that's from the beginning. He needs to know that he's going to be playing. Because if he's going to come to Sundowns to fight for the position, he's losing. No, first of all, you have to know that he's an international player. So he's losing that spot. That's because he's changing the team. So only the guarantees more contract. Then he might play maybe more 5 to 7 games before any change to play, or else bridge the agreement. I'm not saying I know his contract, but normally when you buy a high profile player like that, those are terms of the terms that negotiations where am I being guaranteed gameplay and stuff like that. So I think Yahare is more of what they agreed on. So Onyango maybe you said he's aging, so he can be there helping, can advise and then wait for his opportunity. But I don't see it happening weekend. That's just my opinion.
Okay. And then Jali,
they need to bring in the player of the season, South Africa. Yeah.
I think it was South Africa.
Actually, the spine, how they play. Badala keep a position, but they build up on it very slow. And they again a different tempo at that build up. Because Rodala Bolo build up. How to let's say to the channel Mishishi gave those 3 players, Babata 1-2-1-2. So most of the time they tend to rush things because Babata was. But how that somebody just behind them
slow down the pace.
And that's what Sundowns wants to do. Babata team dala kapise godimo. Babata slow back or basura pieces was. How do you take the back to back or basura pieces? So I think Charlie Bamudi dala. If I don't have Mokwena Mol.
So prediction, score prediction. Episode today.
Prediction. So, prediction as the Kaiser Chiefs supporter, what do you expect?
No, yeah, I mean it's your own prediction. What prediction is a prediction? I'm not gonna hold you to it. What is the prediction?
What do you expect?
No, I want a figure. 3-2, 4-3, 4-1, 4-0.
No.
Because we know these two teams.
I'm not gonna give you the scoreline, but I see Chiefs outpacing Sundowns and Chiefs win to
convincingly.
Chiefs will win convincingly. Sundowns won't score a goal. So you can put any number that Chiefs can get 1, 2, 3, 4 up to 10.
I don't know how to bench. Maybe that's
Bencha over 2.5. So there will definitely be 3 goals, but Sundowns is not scoring any of these goals.
I think Sundowns, because Janima Bani gonna have I think this weekend they will start to leave. Pass ya goal and Bahokora 1. But Kibona Buma 3-1, 4-1. Yeah, Chiefs winning 4-1 or 3-1.
I bet Chiefs Chiefs win the league.
Yeah, no, I see that because definitely we used to have a player called Skarangoves. And Skara nearly played at the 80th minute. Skara, I think I don't remember really Skara starting a game.
No, they were. I'm not going to answer the game because obviously fans will really want to see players like that. So never partners that you coach.
So Mududisi Chabanang, he's that guy. He's the super sub with the goal. So you're not going to say, "Has it reflex?" At the 80th minute, about better 1 or 2 goals.
Sundowns.
One or 2 goals. Chabalala 80. And between start of the game to the 80th minute, I won 3 goals. Last 10 minutes, Chabalala more since that like Chiefs.
In a perfect world, when like my prediction, where Chiefs is already leading 3 goals.
Yes. That is what I'm saying. They will score 1. After we score 2 goals, they'll come back and score 1, and then we'll see it. We'll guarantee our win. Got the 3rd goal, but the 4th goal will not come until we put in Chabalala, and then we'll come at the 80th minute.
Okay. So you're saying 4-1?
4-1.
Chiefs.
Yes.
In favor of Chiefs. Yeah, Chiefs is definitely winning this one.
And you have a bench.
Yeah, I give it to you.
After game.
Yeah, after game. Maybe we'll have more guys here to
yes.
Yes. Sure.